What he was saying is anybody can win a poker tournament, but when you're a multiple champion out here in the World Poker Tour, heads turn everywhere you go.
Action on the Houston Bandit, Cornel Cimpan, out of Houston, Texas. Quickly folds a queen deuce. Now Pat Walsh with a 10-5, won't play that.
Over to our WPT champ, got an ace-10 on the button. He raises it up.
Made it 300,000 to go. Mike Sowers out, but Binh Nguyen with ace-king behind him.
All in.
Says all in.
All in?
Well, Chris couldn't even hardly get that out. You're all in as he squeakily says that.
Like a trick voice we heard there.
Well, he knows that Ben has him covered, so he'd have to put all his chips in to play this hand. And we're talking about a lot of chips here, folks. Over 2 million in chips.
Hate this ace-10.
Chris is going to make a very good laydown. Shows the ace-10.
What did you have?
Ace-10 beat.
What was it?
Better than ace-10.
Picking up me today, huh?
I'm not picking on you. I had a better hand. It's not personal.
I know it's not personal. They'll turn around. I haven't had good hands. They'll turn around.
I know. I'm not doing it with trash hands. I didn't have to do 7.
There's no reason for explanation, boys. This is poker.
Sometimes you do think somebody's just raising you all the time, don't you, Vince? But you stop them by playing with them.
All right, Chris Karagulleyan once again looking at a hand. He's got San Francisco 49er. He folds. Mike Sowers also going out. And now Binh Nguyen getting loaded up again with a king-10 of spades. Makes it 225.
Well, not a bad hand on the button when you're up against the 2 blinds.
Cornel Cimpan out.
Now around to Pat Walsh. He's got king-jack. He's got Kojak. He's going to make the call out of the big blind. As the cards lie, he has been dominated here. King-jack versus king-10. Here's the flop. Well, it's come 10-9-4. Ben out in front now with the 2 10s.
But Pat is going to check with his inside straight draw. Ben with top pair. Momentum. And Ben is going to make a continuation bet.
Well, he's got top pair here. Why not bet it? 300,000. Well, Pat looking down. Maybe to see if he had any diamonds to go with it, but he's got the gut shot straight, but he might think that a king or a jack would give him the lead as well. So looking for a picture card. Well, Pat's going to make the call. Going to look him up here, as we say. Try to hit his hand.
Pat is 33 years old. He studied business and criminal justice at Missouri State. Smart guy.
Well, 5 of hearts on the turn.
No help for Pat. He checks.
Well, Ben is reaching for chips. And it's twice as many chips it looks like as last time. Yep, 600,000 to bet this time.
He's going to make Pat Walsh pay for it if he wants to stick around. Every decision so crucial here on the WPT.
He's calling 600,000 with a gut shot straight draw. Vince, I don't like this play.
Slop time at the Commerce.
Let's see if he can get lucky here.
You never know. Will he hit? No, not to be. A 7 of hearts on the river. So nothing materializing, and he's going to check it. Put up the white flag.
Ben probably happy to check it down with just the 1 pair of 10s.
I have a 10.
Then indeed he does.
Good.
He's going to win the pot with 2 10s. And I would think Pat would be chastising himself a little bit, Vince, for calling that $600,000 bet on the turn.
Oh, that is just a complete debacle there by Pat Walsh. Now we got the chanting crew out here for Binh Nguyen as he takes down 2 in a row. He's the chip leader with over 5.3 million.
Well, Vince, he is ecstatic right now to be the big chip leader with 5 players left, playing in his first ever WPT event.
Huge money at stake. Let's go to the table. Mike Sowers.
Well, the 22-year-old online pro, he goes away.
And now our chip leader, Binh Nguyen, again getting chips out. He has just an ace-7. He's going to put in $250,000.
Why not, Vince? Why not go for the hat trick? You're running well. You're the chip leader. Go ahead and raise them up.
The Houston Bandit goes out. Pat Walsh quickly folding. But Chris Karagulleyan with a 9-8.
Well, he's got 100,000 out there in the big blind. Wants to see a flop. Here it is. Well, king, king 10 with 2 spades. No help to either player. Chris checks.
And Ben not going for the continuation bet. He checks as well. Turn card coming up.
Well, just wants to hope his ace high is the best hand. He can get by with it.
No help for either player with a deuce of diamonds. Chris checks.
No sense in betting here. All you can do is get raised probably. So Ben is going to check again on the turn. Here comes that river card. Well, 7 of diamonds comes off. Gives Ben 2 sevens, but the ace high was already good. Well, Chris thinks the only way he can win it is to bet at it, so he's going to take a shot here. 425,000. And Vince, if you're sitting in Ben's seat, you're probably saying to yourself, this guy either had to be trapping on the flop of the turn or he's bluffing right now.
Ben's girlfriend, Irene, sweating her man. A little decision here right now. This would be an excellent call.
And I'd be a little surprised if he doesn't make the call. And he is going to make the call.
Oh, boy.
Well,
7.
Chris waited a little bit too late to try to bluff at this pot, Vince. Sometimes you got to either start bluffing on the flop or the turn if you're going to bluff on the river. It cost him there.
Binh Nguyen is hotter than my cousin's gold Rolex right now.
What a lucky 7.
3 in a row. He's our major chip leader. We're coming back with more on the World Poker Tour.
Online tournament fees can add up quickly. Breaking news. Every tournament is rake-free for the month of April on WPT Global.
Huh. Where?
On WPT Global.
Why?
We are crazy. Sign up by clicking the link in the description and play tournaments with no fees at WPT Global. Use bonus code YT53 and we will match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
No rake. No fees. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
Well, that was well stated by the WPT champ, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. He's exactly right. You're saddened if you don't win tonight, but when you check your bank account next week, you're going to be happy with your performance here.
To the table we go, a couple folds, and now the online kid, Mike Sowers, with a big king, queen, suited up of clubs. He's raised it to 250,000 to go. But our chip leader, Binh Nguyen, he has a pretty good pair of sevens right behind him.
You always suspect the guy on the button's making some type of move at you when you're in the blinds and everybody's folded to him and he raises it.
I'll raise it.
So Binh Nguyen is going to raise with the 2 sevens. I like this play.
He's going to test the water. It's an additional 500,000.
So 750,000 the bet.
Cornel, he's got a king 10 of spades in the big blind.
Man, the pot's been raised and re-raised. You're not going to get involved with this.
All in.
Now look at this. Online kid has gone all in over the top.
Without hesitation, Vince. Whoa. He sets all of his money out there, 2.8 million.
You start with 2.8?
Well, this is a huge
Go a little more than 2.8.
re-raise here. It's going to cost Binh Nguyen over 2 million more to call. Now he is the chip leader, and we'll have several million left even if he calls and loses this pot, but that is a huge amount of money to call with just middle pair.
How do you have the guts to come back over the top with just king, queen of clubs?
1.5.
I told you Mike Sowers has got a lot of heart. Make no mistake about that. 22-year-old kid going for 1.6 million, but right now he's holding his breath, hoping Binh Nguyen goes away.
3.5 million, part 2. 2.6 to call. 2.6 or 2.0?
I'll tell you something. If Mike Sowers wins this hand, I'm getting one of those hat and glasses.
All right, I call.
Oh, Binh Nguyen has made the call. He is gambling with the 2 walking sticks. And we have a classic race situation for a pot that's got over $5.7 million in it.
You got this, Sowers.
Whoever wins this pot will be the massive chip leader at this final table. And if Mike Sowers does not win it, he'll be out of here in 5th place.
Here's the first 3.
Well, Mike Sowers hit the queen on the flop. Mike Sowers has taken the lead with 2 queens, but Vince, the guy doesn't flinch. He knows it's not over.
And look at Binh Nguyen looking sadder than an exhibitionist on a deserted island. That is just not the flop he wanted to see.
Well, Vince, he knows he's got to catch a 7 or 2 running spades to make a flush or 2 running cards to make a straight. 5 comes on the turn, making a pair of 5s on the board. So we are down to the river card. Binh Nguyen must catch a 7 to win this pot. Otherwise, Mike Sowers is going to double up.
Here comes the river card. It's a 10 of diamonds.
So there you go. The 22-year-old is now the chip leader at this final table.
He is the online king. He's our chip king right now. We're coming back with more on the World Poker Tour.
Over to our WPT champ, Chris Karagulleyan.
Quickly folds his hand.
Now Mike Sowers still stacking up chips from the last pot. Lays this hand down.
And now Binh Nguyen with the button and a tasty little ace jack of hearts. Going to make a raise to 250,000.
Well, he's raising on the button. Cornel Cimpan going out.
The one to beat is Pat Walsh, who has an ace deuce. He's in the big blind.
All right.
Well, he says raise.
Oh boy.
Well, he just thinks Ben might be making a move on the button. He's got an ace high. He's going to come over the top of him and test the water here. Let's see how much he's raising.
Well, it looks like 700,000 in addition here.
Wow, a healthy re-raise by Pat Walsh here.
Just doesn't trust Binh. Thinks he's trying to steal it, but this could come back to bite him here.
I'm all in.
Binh coming back over the top, all in.
Well, Binh Nguyen has moved all in. And unfortunately for Pat, he's looking at an ace deuce. He's only got about $1 million left. But Vince, I believe the guy is priced in here, meaning there's over $3 million in the pot. He's getting over 3-to-1 odds on his money. And unless his opponent has specifically 2 aces, you know, I believe you almost have to call on this spot whether you like it or not.
Well, you're right, Mike. I think he is priced in, but it's the whole psychological dilemma. Do you want to go out of a WPT tournament with an ace deuce?
You got me priced in.
He thinks he is. He's going to make the call. It's ace jack versus ace deuce.
Got an ace.
A massive pot. Nearly 4.3 million in the pot.
That's come on, ace deuce, man.
And Pat Walsh is going to have to get lucky to stay alive.
Come on, deuce.
Yep, and he is rooting on his deuce.
One stuck out. I haven't stuck out yet.
The Midwest poker professional, Pat Walsh, in a lot of trouble right now.
And they probably wish he was from Minnesota right now, where it's the land of the lakes.
Come on, baby.
Because he needs a duck on the water here to stay alive.
Here comes the flop.
Well, it's come 10, 10, 7.
There's 7 up there.
Well, now he's hollering for a 7. That would give him a split pot here. And certainly, when you have an ace deuce, your opponent has an ace jack, you would love to get a split pot and get your money back and say, whew, let me not do this again.
Of course, he'd love to spike the deuce. Here's 4th Street.
Well, a 3 comes off, so we are down to the river.
Binh thought that was a deuce for a second.
Sick, dude.
Sigh of relief there.
Well, Pat needs a deuce to win the pot. He would get a split pot if a 7 or a 3 comes off any other card, and he's going to be out in 5th place.
The dream's still alive, but it's coming down this card. Can he get lucky? No.
Well, the 5 of hearts comes off. That's going to do it for the pro out of St. Louis. Pat Walsh is going to finish in 5th place. Still gets a nice payday of over $310,000. So Pat Walsh picked the wrong time to make a move for all his dough.
Quite a gentleman, a big effort, but it is over for him. We are down to 4. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. Action on Cornel Cimpan. Quickly folds. Chris Karagulleyan with King 9. Just calling.
I'm all in.
And Mike Sowers says all in with an 8-7. Look at this pressure.
Chris Karagulleyan limped in with a king 9 of clubs out of the small blind. Mike Sowers took advantage of his chip count and position, moved all in, and forced Chris out.
There's no money in the pot, man.
Now, in my view, Chris should have raised himself with the king 9 of clubs.
Should have made it 300, and I would have.
Chances are he's going to win the pot rather than lose it.
WPT champion Chris Karagulleyan now is the short stack. A little over 1.3 million. This is getting interesting. And the Houston Bandit first to act here, Cornel Cimpan. Ugly looking 10-4, doesn't play that. And now Karagulleyan also folding.
Well, we're around to the blinds. And this is the real battle of the blinds, folks, because these are the 2 massive chip leaders with 4 players left. The 22-year-old's going to raise it with ace high, makes it $300,000 to go.
Into Binh Nguyen. And he's got an attractive queen jack of diamonds.
Certainly got one of those hands you want to see a flop with. He's got position on the youngster.
I'll raise.
But forget about calling to see a flop, Vince. He's coming right over the top. He's just going to tell this kid, look, you know, you're going to raise me, I'm going to raise you back. Don't mess with me. You want to fool the guy that's got a lot of chips? Okay, let's go.
He wants to just run over that cap and glasses of Mike Sowers. It looks like an additional 600,000.
Nice raise, Binh.
Well, he said it exactly right. It was a very nice raise by Binh Nguyen right there to take down that pot, to force Mike Sowers out of the hand.
I'm just glad you're sitting to my right and not my left. Yeah, because it'd be the other way around, I know.
Binh is just saying, I like my position on you.
Come on
I
now.
want to rough you up. These guys are both
I think
happy
we
because
both
they're
know
both the
that.
chip leaders at this point.
Yeah, I'd say you got the best position on the table.
Yeah, I do. I feel like I do. Actually, I know I do.
Blinds are still 50 and 100. Action going. The 22-year-old Mike. This time he looks down at a wire pair of threes here. Not bad in a four-handed poker game.
Well, he's going to raise it again, Vince. 250,000 this time.
Been out.
I'm all in.
Wow. Cornel Cimpan is going all in with an ace-3 here.
Karagulleyan out with an ace-deuce of clubs.
Do you have another stack of green, or can I see them all?
I got 6.
Have 10-9 of diamonds
It's
again?
going to cost the 22-year-old about another 1.2 million to make this call.
With Mike's hand over his mouth now, it almost looks like some type of large bug. You know, you just see two eyes, just two.
You can't see his eyes. He's got the 99-cent sunglasses on and the 75-cent hat. But right now, it's about 1.2 million to him to make a call here.
Just the kind of disguise that you'd almost see a Michael Jackson wearing, you know. I don't know.
Oh,
Well, he's going to lay the threes down.
Yep.
Well, Cornell's going to show him a 3. And you can see that makes the youngster wince because he knows whatever that other card is,
nice hand.
he was a big favorite to win that pot.
We're not the only ones gambling anymore.
With that pot, the antes are going up to 20,000.
I had threes.
Jolly laugh that was. And the blinds are going to be 60 and 120,000. Price of poker going up. Action going to the WPT champion, Chris Karagulleyan, going after his second title here tonight.
And Vince, I'll tell you, it looks like all these guys are going for that title and that first place prize. Nobody seems fearful about going out next. They're just trying to gather chips and take home the big bucks and the trophy.
Chris is folded, and the online kid, Mike Sowers, going to raise with a queen jack. 320,000 to go.
Oh, Vince, he's raised a couple pots in a row and it's backfired on him.
Binh Nguyen has mucked a king 10 awfully fast. Gets out of the way, and Cornel with a 9-8.
When you come over the top of somebody and get them to lay one hand down, if you try it the second time, they may get stubborn and call you here. Cost him 200,000 more to make the call here, and he's doing it. So we're going to have a flop. Cornel with the 9-8, Mike Sowers with the queen jack of clubs. Oh, it's come 9-5-5. Great flop for Cornel.
Check.
He's going to check.
Oh, but Mike is not going to bite. He checks as well. Turn card coming up.
Now a third 5 comes out there, so Cornel has a full house.
Check.
He has checked it, and Mike Sowers wisely checks right behind him again. River card jack of diamonds.
Check.
Cornel checks.
Boy, this is just horribly misplayed by Cornel Cimpan.
Well, indeed it is. Now Mike bets 500,000 on the river. Can't imagine you're going to lay down 5s full of 9s here.
No, I can't either.
He's going to make the call.
I got it, Jack.
He is not going to like it.
Boy, look at that wince. He's hating himself right now, but he deserves to hate himself. Awfully played.
On the turn, you just can't give your opponent a free chance to catch an overcard that could beat you. That's exactly what happened, and it cost him.
He out-tricked himself there, and Mike Sowers is now once again the new chip leader. And right now it's on him again.
Well, he folds.
Yep, Binh Nguyen going out as well.
I'm all in.
So the battle of the blinds here, and Cornel Cimpan moving all in here with the queen 8 of clubs.
I call.
Well, Chris Karagulleyan read him perfectly there. Made the all-in call with the ace-9 offsuit, and he is well out in front right now. He just suspected that Cornel, after losing that last pot, might be making a move with anything here. Called him with the ace-9. And as the cards lie, he's about a 3-2 favorite to double up here. And ace comes right on the flop. Well, it's come ace, queen 10.
A little justice for Karagulleyan, hitting the aces.
Well, Chris over a 3-1 favorite now to win this pot. Double up and be in good shape to capture a second WPT title. Got to dodge a queen or an 8 or 2 running clubs. Oh, a queen comes right off on the turn. Vince, that is heartbreak at the moment for Chris Karagulleyan. Tough luck for the WPT champ.
Awful. That is as bad as it gets. I can't believe what we just saw. Just a brutal turn card.
Well, with one card to go, Chris must catch an ace to win this pot. A 7 comes off. Well, you see the celebration and ecstasy of Cornel Cimpan and the deflation and dejection of Chris Karagulleyan.
Always a gentleman. Going to pick up $430,000, but he is out in 4th place.
This WPT champ will have to wait another day to capture his 2nd WPT title.
We are down to 3 players at the Commerce Casino. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
Vince, obviously the cash games downstairs are the best in the world. Players love it here.
Right now we have 3 players going after $1.6 million.
Huge difference between 1st and 3rd place, over $1 million in real money.
Action going to Binh Nguyen. He's our chip leader. He has $5.8 million, and this time he has a Jack 3.
He is going to raise it. But right behind him, Cornel Cimpan picks up an ace-queen.
I'm all in.
He's gone all in for $2.6 million.
He should.
2.6.
Online kid Mike Sowers with a pair of 5s.
I'm all in.
Says
Wow.
he's all in.
Well, Binh Nguyen quickly folds his hand. Well, I can't believe this play by Mike Sowers. And I say that because the button raised, the small blind moved all in.
You never lose a race, don't worry, man.
You've just got 2 5s. The best you can be in is a race situation. But remember, the button could have still acted behind him when he went all in. He might have had a big hand. Let's see if it works out for him. Well, it's come ace 4 deuce. Cornel has taken the lead with 2 aces. But Mike Sowers can catch a 5, and a 3 would give him a straight.
Now Cornel, the Houston Bandit, out in front with the aces. Would love to double up.
Everybody on their feet.
4th Street coming right up.
Mega bucks on the line. Well, the king comes off on the turn. So we are down to the river. The 22-year-old must catch a 5 or a 3 to win this pot. Otherwise, Cornel is going to double up.
But the online kid getting chips out to pay him off already, it looks like. Doesn't like his chances. River card coming up.
Well, it's a deuce. So Cornel Cimpan in ecstasy here.
Now, yeah, he is higher than Amy Winehouse in a hot air balloon, and he should be doubling up in a huge moment.
If Mike Sowers doesn't win this tournament, he'll look right back on this hand and say, you know, I should have thrown those 2 5s away. I don't like that play at all. I don't mind moving in with the small pair, but I don't like calling somebody who's moved in on top of you, especially when they came over the top of a razor already.
Well, Mike, he's 22 years old. He might not even be thinking about that. Playing by guts alone. And this time in this hand, he's got a pair of 4s.
Well, the 2 5s burned him last time. Let's see what happens with the 4s.
He's going the button. And he's getting chips out to raise. Going to make it $300,000 to go. But this could be bad timing because Binh Nguyen with a pair of queens. Just incredible.
Well, Vince, it's like Mike Sowers is getting punished for the way he played those 2 5s in the last hand
Raise.
by the poker gods here.
And Ben says, I'm going to raise. Ben's parents in the house.
And let's see how much more he's going to bet. It looks like he's going to make it a cool $1 million, meaning it's a $700,000 raise. Well, Cornel looks at nothing.
I'm all in. Call.
Wow.
And quickly,
Yep.
Mike Sowers goes all in again.
Well, the online kid played that awfully fast.
And this time, unfortunately, he's looking at an overpair. So it could be back-to-back disasters for the 22-year-old. He needs to catch a 4 here. Otherwise, it's tapioca pudding for him. Well, it's come Jack 9-8.
No luck for Mike Sowers on that flop.
Just a moment ago, he was our chip leader, Vince. Now he could be out in 3rd place unless he catches a 4. 2 running cards to make a straight would give him a split, but that doesn't happen as a jack comes off on the turn. We are down to the river. The 22-year-old pro that just recently had the chip lead is going to be out in 3rd place unless he can catch a 4 at the river.
Yep, they've been playing for 5 days. He's going after millions here. And now he has a 2-outer to stick around. He can't even look anymore. River card coming up.
Well, a king comes off. And Vince, I don't believe this hand is the hand you can really fault him on. But the one where he had the 2 5s where the button raised it, the small blind moved in, he didn't have to get involved in that pot. It cost him a lot of money. He's going to take home over $650,000, but still probably a disappointing 3rd. A great young player, but could learn from his mistakes tonight.
Mike Sowers out in 3rd place, $654,000 he has picked up. We are down to 2 players.
Online tournament fees can add up quickly. Breaking news. Every tournament is rake-free for the month of April on WPT Global.
Huh. Where?
On WPT Global.
Why?
We are crazy. Sign up by clicking the link in the description and play tournaments with no fees at WPT Global. Use bonus code YT53 and we will match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
No rake. No fees. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
With 5.1 million, first-hand action's going to Cornel. He has an ace-5.
Just incredible stories here. This guy, Cornel Cimpan, got in this tournament by winning a $1,000 satellite. Binh Nguyen playing in his first ever $10,000 buy-in tournament. vying heads up for this title. Incredible.
They both just call this, and the flop comes up ace, 10-4. Nice for Cornel, hitting the pair of aces.
Well, Cornel's got top pair. Ben's got bottom pair.
Yeah, Ben checked, and a bet now of $500,000 by Cornel. And Ben's not going anywhere. He's making this call. There's Irene, that is Ben's girlfriend. And the turn card will be, it's a queen, making queens and fours for Binh Nguyen.
So Binh Nguyen is now out in front with two pair. He checks it. That Cornel Cimpan looks back to see what color his ace is. He does have the ace of spades, so he's got top pair and the nut flush draw and checks. And now the king of spade comes off. He's got the ace high flush. Well, action is on Binh Nguyen. So Ben's two pairs just shrunk up considerably, but he must not think so because he's betting $500,000 here.
Into Cornel's cinch hand. He's got the ace of spades.
He looks back to make sure of it, Vince. That's a bit of a tell, wouldn't you think? Now, you know he's going to raise it. Yes, his opponent could have the 9-jack of spade and have a straight flush, but if he does, good luck to him. You're never throwing an ace-high flush away when there's no pair on the board. Well, he's going to raise it $1 million more. Well, Ben lays his hand down. So Cornel Cimpan drawing first blood here in this heads-up battle.
Well, I'll tell you something. If Ben had bet on the turn like he was supposed to with his queens and fours,
That's the worst little card you could have put out
you know,
there.
the money would have been all in, and that would have been a huge double up for Cornel because he's not going anywhere with aces and a 4 flush.
Well, Vince, he could have saved $500,000 by not betting on the river.
Well, he's taking a shot. The guy doesn't have a spade. That's the style he kind of plays. All right, right back at him on Binh Nguyen.
Well, picks up a nice hand here. Got a pair of 10s.
Quality hand. And he's getting the chips out.
575.
$575,000 is the bet.
And the Houston Bandit, Cornel.
All
He
in.
says all in with an ace-4 hearts.
Call.
Well, he's quickly been called by Binh Nguyen. And folks, this could do it. Binh Nguyen has him covered in chips. If his 2 10s stand up, he'll be the LA Poker Classic champion, winning in the first ever WPT event he's ever played in, Vince. What a story that is.
So what do you think is going to be the flop? 10 of hearts?
Let's make it interesting. 10 of hearts and 9 of hearts. How about that? Make it interesting.
Make it interesting. Cornel's got the ace-4 hearts. Over $700,000 in real money, the difference between first and second place.
Did Cornel get out of the line?
Ace-high is a good hand, heads up as well, but right now he's beat. He needs some help. Let's see if he can get it. Well, a great flop for Binh Nguyen. His 2 10s well out in front as it comes 8-6-4. Cornel's paired the bottom card. Right now he's got to catch a 4, an ace, or 2 running hearts to make a flush to win this pot. He said destiny was on his side. He felt to win this tournament. Well, he's going to need a lot of destiny to win this pot, Vince. Well, he might get it. 8 of hearts comes up on the turn.
That gives a 4 flush, though, to Cornel Cimpan.
That's what I'm talking about. He can now catch a 4, an ace, or a heart. All of those cards will win it unless it's a 10 of hearts, of course, which would give Binh Nguyen 10s full.
If Cornel doesn't get lucky, though, Binh Nguyen, 30 years old, will become a new WPT champion, a millionaire on the World Poker Tour. Can he get this card?
He's got a dodge and ace, 4 heart.
No!
Oh! Absolute devastation.
It's just not supposed to happen that way.
Wow, well, Vince, perhaps destiny is on this guy's side as he hits running hearts to make a flush to stay alive.
Binh Nguyen beside himself. Pain and loathing in the Commerce Casino. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. Down to 1.2 million.
Now just took that devastating blow a moment ago where he'd won the trophy and the title.
I'm all in.
I call.
Here he moves all in with a jack-9 of hearts.
I haven't looked yet.
Cornel has called in the dark, and that's $1 million call here. He's got a 6-deuce offsuit. Vince, you just wonder, would the guy put another $1 million in there if he'd have peeked at his cards here instead of stacking up his chips?
It's so sick, man.
Well, he plays by his intuition, his destiny, and right now, is he right? Horrible starting hand, but you never know with this guy.
I would have mucked it and saved the $1 million, but let's see if it works out for him.
He's exuding confidence. Could this be the one that takes home a title? There's the flop.
Well, it's come 9-4-4, so now he's going to have to catch 2 running cards to win this pot, as Binh Nguyen has flopped 9s and 4s.
And he looks, he doesn't look happy. He's just still punchy from the last few hands.
Well, a 5 comes off. Here's one of the running cards. That means a 3 would give Cornel a straight that would win the pot and the tournament for him.
Almost like Binh is expecting to lose here. He really is.
Well, if a 3 comes off, he will lose.
Can Cornel hit his hand? No.
10 comes off. So Binh Nguyen doubles up. He sits back down. He's still in this thing.
He's kind of surprised, it looks like.
Vince, I think people were expecting the 3 to come off the way things have gone at this final table.
Was. All right, so Binh Nguyen got a double up there.
So much they're playing for. The dream of a lifetime to capture a WPT title, to say nothing of the $700 and some thousand. That's the difference between first and second place.
All right, the play goes to Cornel Cimpan.
All in.
And look at this is going on with the King 5 of clubs.
Call.
And Binh with an ace-9 has made the call. Big opportunity for him. He's a favorite.
Well, again, Binh Nguyen has the best hand. And if this hand holds up, he's going to have over 5.6 million in chips and be right back in the thick of things here. If Cornel can outdraw him, he'll be our champion. Here comes the flop. Well, flop comes 10-5-3. Again, Binh Nguyen out flop. Just incredible.
Cornel just getting the 5 when he needs it. He's out in front. Complete devastation there for Binh. Here comes the turn card.
Well, a 10 comes off. Means we're down to the river. Binh Nguyen must catch an ace or a 9 to stay alive in this tournament. Otherwise, Cornel's prophecy of destiny on his side will ring true.
He is 1 card away from the championship and 1.6 million, and he's done it.
It's a 4th spade. And Vince, I believe Cornel Cimpan is a prophet. He said destiny is on his side. Destiny was definitely on his side tonight.
A total moment of glory for Cornel Cimpan. $1,686,000.
Well, you see the devastated look in Binh Nguyen's face, but Vince, the guy played great poker. Just wasn't meant to be for him tonight. There is our champion, Cornel Cimpan.